Hey friends, funstock.co.uk is the UK and Europe's #1 retro game store. Funstock.co.uk has a special offer just for you. Use the discount code PLANET to receive 5% off any online order on funstock.co.uk. That's right, 5% off a Sega Ultimate Portable, a Super Retro Trio, or even a Neo Geo X. Use the discount code PLANET, that's PLANET, to get 5% off any order on funstock.co.uk.
Come bust a move where the games are played. It's chill, it's fresh, it's play on.
Hey, listen.
I'm Commander Shepard.
Let's do this. I think we're just getting started.
I think there's some school children down the way. You can go and find them.
Hello, and again.
Get over here!
Welcome, everybody, to episode 60 of the Play On podcast on PlanetArbitrary.com. I am your host, Pat B. of Pat's Retro Video Game Reviews on PlanetArbitrary.com. And joining me tonight, as always...
Us. It's us.
Yeah, you're here.
Isn't 60 over the hill, or is that 40?
40's over the hill.
40's
Really?
over the hill. What's 60?
No, 60. No, 40 cannot be over the hill.
No,
because-
40's over the hill.
No, I refuse to think that. I
Really?
refuse to think that in 10 years I will have crested and be over the life hill. No.
Yeah.
60 is going to be over.
Siri, what year is over the hill?
Okay, give me a moment. Okay, I found this on the web for what year is over the hill.
What'd she say?
Some people are saying 30.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Depends on how you feel.
Well, right now
what
I
is
feel...
Siri like a magic 8 ball? Like,
She leaked
ask
me to
again
Yahoo
later.
questions. 40, 50, question mark. For women nowadays, I would say 70 years, considering women will live to be 85 years old.
Wait,
I remember when my mom turned 40, we got like
A lot of people are
over
saying
the
40.
hill stuff?
the over the hill stuff.
Okay, well, it's not 30 though.
Over the hill.
No, it's not 30.
It's not
No.
40 either.
60
Sorry to bring down the
So,
podcast.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
excited
Wah,
thinking
wah.
60,
So,
we're over the hill.
60,
Yeah.
60, yes, is over the hill.
60 is like when you're hitting the Centrum Silver and you're the ageless
ARP.
the ageless male stuff and
Yeah.
the andro pills and Yeah.
Metamucil.
I think that's the age you collect Social Security.
Yeah.
60?
Yeah, well, we won't get it, but
No.
people that
Well,
are
but,
60
you
now
know.
get it.
Good for them.
Yeah,
That's
we're not
good.
going to get that.
No.
That'll be long gone.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's all done.
The federal government will be long gone by the time we're 60.
We'll just-
we'll have some new world order thing here.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we'll all be wearing red armbands and have barcodes on our necks and
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds like the Holocaust.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Let's move on quickly
Okay.
from that. Yeah, well, there's lots of stuff going on. This is our first episode of the new year, I
Hey.
believe. Or no, with the Arby's.
Arby's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, this will
my
be our
God.
first
Second
news,
episode of the
yeah.
new year.
Our first news, back to normal, the regular grind
Just
kind
back
of
to the grind.
podcast. Yeah.
I got my Batman PJs on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got
You've
my-
got your Magneto.
My Magneto hoodie.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. We're ready.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. We're ready to go. We've got lots of stuff going on this year. We have some exciting C2E2 stuff that might be happening here. So
Oh
pot.
my
yeah,
God.
we'll have more information coming up on future episodes about that. So if you plan on attending the C2E2 Expo in Chicago, Illinois this year, you want to stay tuned to the Play On podcast. So
Yeah, we're going to hook up.
yeah, we've got some information for you
Hook it.
coming, some exciting stuff. So
I'm just going to say that C2E2 is some of the most fun that I've ever had in my whole life.
it's great.
I love C2E2. I
Yeah.
fucking love
we
it.
do the whole weekend. It's balls to the
And
walls.
this year, we're meeting Stan Lee
You're gonna do it
for sure.
Yeah, I just saw the
he's-
announcement.
He's
that-
over the hill, so
Yeah.
we got to get up. We got to get with him.
I remember Stan Lee was at C2E2 last year, and our friend Doug,
Yep.
who does the cosplay photo gallery
Yeah.
with you, Annie.
Yep.
He met Stan Lee last year and had
Mm-hmm.
a comic signed by him, and even then, Doug had expressed
Oh, yeah.
concerns about Stan's condition.
Yeah.
He even said he's like, dude, I got to get everything I can signed by him. I don't know how much
For
longer.
real.
It's
I think he's
smart.
like 92.
Yeah, I was shocked that when I saw the announcement,
that
I
he
was
was
like,
coming back.
really?
And
Yeah.
he, like every day, it's like all day, every day.
Yeah.
Each one of the 3 days at C2E2, he's going to be there.
And it's if you want to sign with Stan Lee or get a picture, it's like prepare to have an all day. That's
you're
what
gonna
you
be
do. You have
standing
to
in
be
line all day
all
long.
day.
Yeah.
So we'll have to take shifts.
Well, I
Which
remember
I'm fine with.
Doug had said something that he was going to a lot of conventions and signing a lot of stuff because, as Doug put it, he's like,
Because-
I think he knows he doesn't have a lot of time left, so he's trying to get out there and
Yeah.
be accessible to
Leave his final
fans
marks.
and
Yeah.
sign stuff and get everything done for his fans as much as possible.
Yeah.
So, plus you guys have your awesome art books that you guys can.
You got to keep going with those.
Yeah.
That's what he should sign.
There you go. For you, for sure.
Yeah.
How old is Stan Lee?
Thanks, Siri.
Jeez, Siri's striking out.
Who is Nadine Stanley?
I was thinking about I was thinking about doing something like that, the art book for
should.
C2E,
Should.
but I don't have any real.
Tron.
But you don't have to do just one, because I've seen art books that people just are like, oh, well, draw your favorite character. Like they'll ask the artist to just draw their favorite one.
But like Anthony, you have a Wolverine one, and Annie, you have Magneto. I want like one character thing.
Why don't you do like a video game character, like a Mario or
You know,
something?
I thought about that, but I
Like-
would want
like-
it from the world of comics. Like
I see Tron as your thing.
I mean, I
Comics.
love Tron, but then you just never know with an artist to be like, do something from
What
Tron.
about like an Iron Man? You're like an Iron Man guy.
I do love Iron Man. I like Iron Man a lot. I like Batman a lot.
Batman would
I
be
mean,
good.
Batman's kind of my thing, but I'm more of a casual comic fan. Like I like
well,
comics.
so are we really? Because really, we
he
stick
just
to what
turned
we love.
92, so
Wow, yeah,
I'm
We got
right.
to do this for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, very casual with the comics.
You kind of have to do a mainstream comic thing, because then you could be like, oh, can you draw whatever interpretation of Wolverine you want? People are like, even if they don't know, like they'll figure out. Or like Batman would probably be the same, Spider-Man. But if you were like, oh, I want Booster Gold, which is like Doug's favorite comic,
Yeah.
they'd be like,
What?
what? Exactly.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought his favorite character was the Green Lantern.
I think it is, but he also loves Booster Gold.
Yeah, I finally got to see a Booster Gold comic last year that Doug had, and it was cool looking.
It's all right.
Did you hear
So-
that Doug and his wife are going to move to the suburbs?
What?
Okay, does Doug listen to the podcast?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Because we wanted to get them a really good housewarming gift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we decided, why don't we get them like a cardboard cutout of like a movie star or like a character or something. We're like, okay, so we're online.
Something just obnoxious enough that they have to leave it up, and if they didn't, we pretend like we'd be really offended.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, you
so
took this down?
we were thinking, okay, so like, then they could like scare each other too. You know, like leave it right at the front of the door and, it'd be awesome. So, we were thinking maybe like Green Lantern, because Christina loves Ryan Reynolds and Doug likes Green Lantern. So we're going, okay, maybe like Harry Potter characters. And then Anthony looks at me and goes, we should get a custom one of us.
So we're gonna do that.
So that's what we're going to do.
Life-size cutouts of us.
And you know what? You should buy a little like recordable voice box that you could
Oh
screw onto
my
the back and
God.
have it say things.
That's brilliant.
I think you
man.
could even like gut like they have like we used to have at the farmhouse an animatronic Santa Claus. Anytime you
Oh,
walk
yeah, you
by
told
it,
me
like a
about
motion
that.
sensor would go off and
Yep.
it would sleigh bells ring, or like its arms would move and its face would light up. You could like even gut one of those for parts and take the motion sensor out
Yes.
and then hook it
Oh,
up to
yeah.
your voices. So anytime you walk by, it would,
Their dog would love that.
We have all the way until April to make this happen.
We got
Yeah.
So
so
this
much
is
time.
amazing.
yeah, you could
Thank
you
you.
could really go all out with
Brilliant.
that.
I can't wait.
So get your one-liners together. I know you guys have been saying like sweet picks lately.
Yeah, that's
Get
a
your
good
sweet
one.
picks.
Yep. We had cookies for dinner. That was our sweet picks for
Nice,
dinner.
nice. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Origins of sweet picks.
Sweet picks.
All right. Well, that's C2E2. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh my
So
That's gonna be so much fun.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there's definitely stuff I'm gonna try and get signed. Somehow. I don't know what, but I'm hoping Alvin Lee is gonna be there again because he signs. He does the Street Fighter comics, and I have some of those.
Nice.
So and he was there last year, but he had a really big line, and then when I went back to get him, he was gone. So
Damn it.
yeah. So I was a little
Are
bummed.
you gonna
out.
go for the whole weekend?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm hoping to do the whole. If our plans pan out, if everything is good, we play on. We'll be at C2E2 all weekend.
Nice.
I mean, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
We're gonna be there.
typically go every
We're gonna
be
both
there.
days. Yeah.
We're thinking
Yeah.
about getting a hotel if you want in.
Well,
about it.
I'm gonna have to be home, and I'll have to go back each
Oh,
night for the little
kids.
one.
The little
yeah,
ones.
the kids.
Okay.
So, All right, well, on with the gaming stuff.
Video games.
Video games. Anthony, Microsoft has made announcements recently.
Making some waves.
Yeah, there's headlines. I mean, we just started the year, and already now we've got stuff going on in the news.
Big waves. First one I want to talk about, which was announced a couple weeks ago, was the upcoming Sling TV. Sling TV, which is it sounds like it's a subsidy or something of DirecTV, but basically how it works is for Xbox Live. I don't even know if you have to be Xbox Live, but you have to have an Xbox One. It's a $20 a month fee, and basically what it gives you is live network access to channels TNT, TBS, CNN, Food Network, HGTV, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Disney Channel, ESPN, ESPN2, and I think that's it. So for people like me and Annie, who we don't have cable, we pay for like Netflix and Hulu, which is great for the back catalog stuff. But if you want like live, this is kind of a cool option because it's still, for the price of internet and just this, it's still much cheaper than Comcast solution for here in Illinois.
Did I see a price point on that of like around, is it $20 you said?
$20 a month, but no subscription.
Yeah.
So you could just cancel. So you could be like, there's one month I really want to watch whatever, Cartoon Network, because Adventure Time is going to be on.
Yep.
Pay $20, watch it for the month, and then you just don't have to renew. So it's a really good option. I haven't heard anything about it going to PlayStation or anything else, but it's for sure going on Xbox. So that was kind of cool, and probably something we'll end up taking advantage of. So that's story one. Nice. Story two, you just informed me about when you got here. And so I don't know if this affects anybody who streams game footage through like Twitch or anything through the Xbox, or if this is more for like YouTube people. But basically, Microsoft changed their monetization rules so that it says, what's the gist of this? Players can monetize footage from Microsoft Studios games if it was captured during normal gameplay without the use of reverse engineering or hacking. So Microsoft Studio games. So like whatever Microsoft Studio games, some Halo probably, you can monetize the footage, and I guess they don't care.
Yeah, you can put an ad on it now. So like you can put commercials on your game footage and draw money.
So if people did that before, like if they recorded footage and put it on YouTube, they couldn't monetize it.
I don't know. Maybe that was something that had to be arranged between. I'm not sure.
I would imagine.
This is such a silly area of gaming because they're with the streaming now, and because it's just ridiculously popular.
Yeah.
And people want to make money off it, and it does generate money. I mean, you have fucking PewDiePie or whatever the hell his name is.
A millionaire.
Yeah.
This guy's name's PewDiePie. He's like one of the highest YouTube subscription, whatever.
Yeah. And it's
millions.
And it's garbage. It's the
The
worst.
content is just crazy.
I cringe when I watch it.
Did you watch the South Park episode?
Yeah, South Park ripped them.
Oh my god,
yeah.
it was hysterical. And I don't even watch South Park. So.
Well, it ripped just game streaming in general.
Yeah.
How all the little kids were just they
laying
didn't want
around
to play
watching game streams. Yeah.
Watching games instead of playing them.
This is way cooler. But it seems like every so often, like it happened last year, Nintendo was putting out all these blocks about people couldn't stream any Nintendo games, and people like were all up in arms about that. Remember, because they were saying, what was the fighting event that Smash Brothers was going to be at, that you could play Smash Brothers at? And they were
it Evo?
It must have been, and they said, oh, you can't. You're not allowed to stream anything for Smash Brothers, and people were like, what the fuck? And then it happened with Twitch, shortly after Twitch was acquired by Amazon. They came out with a bunch of stuff saying like, oh, you can stream footage, but anything that's been recorded, like the audio would be removed if they detected mute. Like it was like a whole bunch. Every once in a while this like comes up. So obviously publishers and developers are acknowledging that streaming is huge, and I can't tell if they're trying to make money off of it or if they're trying not to have the game spoiled so that people actually buy the game instead of just watching footage of it.
Yeah. I think it's because there's so many things built into these systems now to make it so easy for you to stream. Mm-hmm. PlayStation has their share button, and Twitch is integrated, and Xbox One and all that stuff, and with the cameras. So people are doing that a lot. So I think they want to get more people to do it and make it worth their while to use those options.
Yeah.
Instead of them just being one-off things. I could really care less. I mean, there's so little gameplay footage I watch. Twitch I watch occasionally for certain things, and it has its place. It's useful for gaming events and tournaments, and it's fun to watch. You know, some pros play certain games to kind of figure out strategy and things like that when you're going to go and play, or to get a good preview. I know I used Twitch a lot when shortly after my daughter was born, because I couldn't play anything really, but there were a lot of games out. Like I remember Titanfall had just come out, so I wanted to watch and see how that game played, and so I used Twitch just to see how games, to get a good preview, not just trailers, but get a good gameplay preview.
Yeah.
So it was very useful for that. But then when I saw the donating stuff, well, my feelings are well documented on this podcast about that. So
remember when we were just little Jakes, and the only way you could see game previews were to read about it, and like you would just be pictures, and you'd be like, wow, that looks, I'm gonna get that for sure. That
or
amazing.
you had to play the demos at the kiosks at the store,
or you get the PlayStation magazine, and it had the actual CD with demos in it.
Yeah, demo CDs. So yeah, it's I don't know, and not only that, with the monetization. They went out and said that you can't do that for any Minecraft footage.
Yeah, I don't understand that, because I feel like there's Minecraft footage everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess they don't care if you publish it. You just can't monetize it.
Yeah, you can't make money off it.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
it's interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's strange how that's all going to pan out.
But all the comments I've been reading about this on this article is people are saying, like, you know, as somebody who who has stuff on YouTube, this seems very fair. So I don't think it's anything that's offensive, which is good, but I don't really know.
Yeah, well, it's such a gray area. So, I mean, why not just let them do it?
Yeah.
I mean, the Let's Play videos have been around forever on YouTube, and those are and they're watched. So why alienate that audience when they could just embrace it and say, yeah, go ahead, use the game footage as long as it's within these parameters and you can make money.
Crazy shit.
So if you can't beat them, join them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is there anything else in the world of
I was looking through the headlines. Not really.
Microsoft? Yeah, not really.
Nothing really big.
Yeah, not much is. I mean, there's been things, but
there's been little things. There was some over the past couple updates that they pushed out for the Xbox One. They've been giving developers more horsepower from the Xbox, and it really started when they stopped bundling Kinect with it. You know, because they reserved so much of the GPU or CPU power for Kinect voices and all that. And so when they started reducing that, that's when we started seeing performance increases and matching resolutions to PlayStation 4 and all that. And so there's been a couple articles I was reading about people saying, like, obviously Xbox is quote-unquote better without Kinect because it's able to process more. In each update, they seem to be giving more and more of the reserve that they held for the OS and for Kinect to people to make the games. So it's kind of interesting because, you know, whatever the technical mumbo jumbo, like I believe there's like 8 cores to the Xbox One, and 2 of them were reserved initially, and so now it's like only one of them, and it seems like they're dipping into that last one as well. So just interesting stuff that they're trying to be a little more competitive with Sony now. Stuff like that, so we'll see how that pans out, but it seems like we're seeing a little more parity now between the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Do you think moving forward, if we manage to get another generation of consoles, if there's another Xbox, that Kinect will be relegated more to just basically a webcam? There won't be this overwhelming integrated functionality that it has now? Do you think it'll be more just a webcam for your streaming so you can Skype and Twitch and stream your gameplay, and that's about it? There's not going to be a lot of interactive game stuff.
What I would imagine, if I was Microsoft, I would make the Xbox with a built-in voice microphone. Yeah. Because at least for me, and from most of the feedback I get, is most people use Kinect for voice control, which it's great for. The motion is garbage, so it's not even worth trying. But the camera for streaming is a totally valid place. So I see them building the microphone into the console and selling. If they're smart, they can make any webcam function like that, or sell one specifically for Xbox. But I think that would be the way to do it, because the voice control is awesome, and if they can just keep implementing that, might as well just build it into the console.
Yeah.
But screw the motion control, and it caused so much, like, in the beginning, everybody was like, I don't want the government watching me play video games, and it was like, so like, if you don't even put the camera in there, that solves that whole problem too.
Yeah. I know I tease my Kinect a little bit at home every once in a while when I was watching the most watched college football game in the history of the world.
The Buckeyes,
I watched the mega stream on the ESPN app on
Very
360.
nice.
It was very cool. It was fun to check out. But I had my Kinect on, and
were you rooting for the Buckeyes or the Ducks?
I was rooting for the Ducks, but I knew Ohio State was going to win. I knew Ohio was going to win, but I was like, come on, Ducks, I know you can do it. But they
I
just,
hate Ohio State.
Really? Do
And
you?
I don't really have a good reason for it. I
Because
just do.
they're the rival of your brother's favorite team.
That's probably it. I think it's really because my brother hates them so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
I don't really have any college loyalties. I mean, I root for the Bison, who are in a smaller division, so they don't play the bigger schools. They just won their 4th consecutive NCAA
Nice.
title, by the way. So go NDSU Bison.
Good.
Nice.
Um,
I was going to ask you what school it was.
yeah, North Dakota State University.
we go.
Go Fargo.
Go Fargo.
But no, so I was watching the Megacast, and I was moving around in front of the screen, and my Kinect kept trying to, wave to turn on the
yeah.
Kinect, and I was like, "Oh, you want this,
Yeah,
don't
you
you?" And
want
I was
this.
slowly waving my hand in front of it, and like, "Nope, no, you just
Fuck
sit
this.
there." So yeah,
Tanya,
it's
she's a bitch.
I disabled. That's how bad it got. Is I disabled the motion control when videos are playing, because we'd be like watching Netflix and I would like adjust the position on the couch and it would be like all the
Yeah.
fucking menus would pop up and I'd be like, oh my god, what's happening? So I just turned it off, fucker.
yeah. I feel like the older generation Kinect works better almost. I mean, I like my
Probably.
Kinect and I love the voice controls. I mean, it's instant. I never have a problem
Yeah, the
with it
voice
not
control's sweet.
not recognizing what I'm
Yeah.
saying to it. I know you, Annie, had some issues with.
I hate her. She's like a jealous ex-girlfriend. Like, I'll be like, Xbox on, and I can like feel her frigid iciness, from across the room. And then Anthony will walk in and be like, Xbox on, and she's like, hey, Anthony, what's up?
Hey,
what
Anthony,
can I put on for you?
What can I sign in for you?
Hey.
Didn't it recognize you as somebody else
pillow?
once before? or-
No, it did not recognize me. It recognized the chair as me.
Yeah, you're
Like,
welcome.
it was like,
And
hey,
Doug,
Annie.
and you both have red hair.
What? Wait, no, Doug was recognized as me.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I was a chair. God, she's the worst.
good old Kinect. How could you not love the Kinect?
I
Come
hate
on, look how
her.
much fun it is.
Yeah, good old
She's
Kinect.
hilarious. Bitch.
Yeah, well, that's I'm curious to see if Kinect's gonna stick around or if they'll just drop it and integrate. Like you said, this should just have a built-in.
I tell you what, I do not think we're going to see another console generation.
You don't think so?
No,
I don't
I
thi-
think
I don't
Nintendo
think-
will put out a new
Oh
console.
God, Nintendo's gonna have 10 more.
Nintendo's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
end up sweeping the world, and like they'll put out a console that's probably more powerful than what we've got now.
Nintendo's sitting like they have like the money bin from
They're sitting,
DuckTales.
they're sitting
Yeah.
pretty.
Like that's literally a thing in
Yeah.
Japan. Like it's just a big building with a dollar sign on it.
They really
just
do dive into
swim in-
money
yeah,
on their
just-
break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Swim
swim in money. So they're fine, and they're gonna keep releasing hardware. So
yeah.
they don't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're in their own.
Oh, you like
world.
your 3DS we released last month? Well, guess what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be talking about the Nintendo
Yeah.
Direct. I've
Son
got
of a bitch.
special questions for Annie
Oh my
about
God.
the 3DS, and I have some concerns about the new 3DS because they're taking a very Sega-esque route with this now. It was interesting to see some of the things, and that I was talking to Anthony last night. I was texting with him, and there's going to be. This is almost like a separate 3DS. This is almost like a new piece of hardware
It's
that is
interesting because it looks very similar to the current 3DS.
Yeah, it's similar, but there is a divide there a little bit. And I was trying to figure out. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I was almost thinking, is this almost like a new handheld console? Could it be designated as such? So
Could they have like redesigned it and made it its own?
yeah, well, I'll explain myself.
Okay.
I'll explain because I was thinking about last night. As I was trying to get my daughter to go to sleep, I was just in the darkness in her room, rocking in a chair, silence,
Jesus.
letting her sleep, and I was just thinking to myself the whole time. Well, I could have been like, "Oh, look at my beautiful daughter." I was just like, "Is it really? Could the 3DS be considered a whole new piece of hardware separate from the DS line?"
If you don't change the name, it doesn't count.
Yeah, these are the things I think about.
Do you ever bring the NVIDIA Shield in there?
Not in there. Oh God, she'd never sleep. I never get her to sleep. But I have brought it downstairs and I have played it in bed. And, yeah, I love the Shield.
Nice.
I've finally appeased the Shield and
Found the sweet spot.
and made it happy. So,
Good.
I was because I had the issue. I had to split my wireless connection, so I have most everything else going through the 2.4. Wireless band, and then the Shield has its own wireless,
precious
its
wireless
own
network.
precious wireless. Everything, and I didn't even put like all of the main devices on the main name because I've named my wireless as Encom.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have Encom, and then I have Encom 2.
That's
All the
what
streaming
we
and
did
the
here.
phone, everything is just on Encom 2.
Awesome.
So when people are like, "What's Encom?" I was like, "Well, that's for this. You get the main name."
Yeah. There's no password for you.
So yeah, it's nothing. And what's nice is none of the other devices even see the network for the Shield because it's on the 5 gigahertz channel.
That's
So
nice.
it's basically invisible unless you have something that
You
can
should
use
just
it.
hide the broadcast for that. Nobody would even know.
Well, yeah, I kind of like having it out there because people see. I'm sure people are like, "What the fuck is Encom?"
It's got 2 Wi-Fi signals.
Yeah. I'm sure someone's already hacked it and taken over.
Yeah.
I'm sure my router was probably a part of the Lizard Squad hacking, part of the the botnet of routers that they use to do that.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Also in the news, Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC, the most anticipated version of the game, I'd have to say.
I'll buy it again.
Yeah, exactly. I'll buy it again. I don't care. I'll buy it a third time. That's how crazy that game is. I'm gonna end up buying that game
And
3 times.
I get about a quarter of the way through it. I never finish it because I keep getting it to a different platform.
Well, I still have yet because I've been playing it on PS4, and I still need to go through the process of transferring my game data from my from my 360 version, which you can do.
It's only online data. It's not the main game. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why when I got it for the Xbox One, I'm like, this is great. I can play. No, it's only for the multiplayer.
Oh, son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
So I was kind of hoping that for these consoles you could do it for the PC, but I doubt it.
Maybe
So
they'll,
spoiler alert.
yeah, maybe they'll hook up the current gen systems.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. But it's been delayed again. It was originally supposed to come out the 27th of this month, and now it's been moved to March 24th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's kind of a big
Quite a jump.
big jump. But there's reason for it. Rockstar released a comment and said, "Our apologies for the slight shift in the date. But the game requires a few extra weeks of testing and polish to make it as good as can be. Moving a release date is never a decision we take lightly, and is a choice we make only when we know it's in the best interests of the game and our fans. Thanks everyone for your understanding, and we assure you these few extra weeks will be worth it when the game does arrive in March."
What are your thoughts on game delays?
If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
I
I'm
agree.
fine with it instead of releasing a broken game. I mean, I know this year
Ugh.
the big movement is to not do any pre-orders.
Yeah.
So to try and put a dent in all of the broken games that have been coming out, and I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I've become a pre-order whore, but I think this year I agree with the logic behind it, the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, I totally. There's a few games where I don't mind if they get delayed. Like that's one of them because I know that they're going to do a great job when it comes out. Witcher 3, which I'm really excited about, that's coming out this year. That was delayed a lot, and they flat out said this is delayed because if it came out now, it would be garbage. So I know when that comes out, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and it's Rockstar. I trust them. If they say it, I mean,
trust 'em.
yeah, if they say it, then so be it. I mean, at least they released a statement and said that the game needs some extra work. We can't just release it now. It's not
Right.
going to be ready.
They're smarter than to just, like, shit out a Grand Theft Auto.
Fart out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, I mean, because that costs money. You know, that costs a significant amount of money, I think, to just have a delay like that.
Oh yeah, because all your marketing and everything kind of targets a date.
Well, absolutely.
Retailers, I'm sure, had like projections to put it in their stores and everything, and then you're like, it's going to be 2 more months.
Yeah.
You know, sales, all that different stuff has to be modified, so it's a whole thing.
But I mean, I think it's a reflection of the culture of the ownership of, you know, the people in charge at Rockstar being like, dude, if it needs it, do it.
Yeah.
You know, we don't care.
Well,
We're
and
not
they
going
don't
to be
care
like,
because they're already fucking loaded from that game. You know, like they got the Lindsay Lohan money.
yeah. I wonder how that meeting went down. You know, the person in charge of overseeing this, the PC release of GTA 5, having to go to somebody and saying, look, it's not going to make it. And I'm sure it was the consensus of all the people working on the game, just be like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
You know, we got to move it.
too many bugs.
Yeah, and at least they're open to that. I mean, I'm sure that probably happened with Assassin's Creed Unity, and they were just like, it's coming out.
It's got to go out.
It's coming out.
Oh yeah, a game like that has to go out.
Yeah. So I'm all for them, you know, if they got to do it, great. And
Speaking of Assassin's Creed Unity, if you bought the game like I did, you get the free DLC that just came out yesterday or today, the Dead Kings DLC for free. They gave everybody
did you-
that DLC for free as an apology for all the horrible
oh,
launch.
that's right. That was their
So
whole apology.
I'm going to play it, but I've read it's really good.
Well, you'll have to, on the next episode, give us your reviews.
Report back.
Yeah. So, yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5. Guess we'll see in a few months.
Bitchin'.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on. Big news. This was huge. The latest Nintendo Direct dropped this morning, and there were some rumors that came out last night. A new 3DS is
Oh my god.
coming our way
The
next
4DS.
next month. February 13th, we will
February
have
13th.
we will have a new 3DS handheld. Not only that, there's a bunch of new games coming out from Nintendo. Nintendo is just. Do you watch the Nintendo Directs?
No,
Do you-
because give me a break.
But was this the first one that you actually like watched the video?
We didn't watch the video. We watched the trailers they put out about the different things.
Oh, okay.
Mostly about the 3DS.
You should watch a Nintendo Direct, and actually like Iwata's on
it
there and
awkward?
Fizume is on there. They're
Sounds like something I'd hate.
they're do you remember the Heaven's Gate people?
No.
The way back when there was the mass suicide and they all drank Kool-Aid and they had the black
like a
Nikes
cult?
on.
What
yeah.
the fuck?
And there was the video of the crazy cult leader. Like they're very clean but very plain like meetings that they have. It's weird. I can't explain them. They're very calming. It's like there's something that would be played in a doctor's lobby,
Okay.
like a waiting room or something.
You're the guy that in bed at night listens to what are
Creepy
they?
airplane.
What's the
code.
number stations?
Number stations. You know what I've been listening to
Listen to
lately?
the number stations videos.
You know what I've been listening to lately?
Challenger
Uh,
explosion.
not the
Fucking creep.
I've been listening to air traffic control recordings.
What the hell?
Of
This is
random
like the most
of
stressful thing ever.
well, not necessarily not crashes, but like stuff that happens on the ground or like when a pilot enters restricted airspace. Like the last one I heard was a pilot had entered restricted airspace when the president had been flying into an airport, and so it was the air traffic controller telling him, "Do you entered restricted airspace?" And asked him if he was aware of it. And you hear this pilot like, "I was not aware." It's like, okay, you need to land immediately. And when you land, there's going to be some law enforcement people that are going to want to talk to you. Also, you
Oh
need
my
to call.
God.
You need to call this number for the FAA because they're going to want to talk to you as well. And the pilot's just shitting his pants, but the whole time he's like, "Roger, Roger, gotcha, Roger," like just trying to be as positive as possible in this air.
Horrible.
This traffic controller
Can
is
you
just.
give us your best air traffic controller?
No, I can't really do it.
You don't have to do the noise. It does it by
Does it
itself.
automatically?
That's what I've been listening to, though. That's what I've been going down the YouTube hole with lately.
Nice.
But no, they're weird videos. They're fun to watch. They're very calming. I'd like to watch one when I'm like in the dentist chair, like if there's just a screen over my head, like they're that calming.
Smart.
But yeah, so the Nintendo Direct came out this morning, and they announced the new 3DS, and there's a whole bunch of new features to the 3DS.
Oh my
Let's talk
God.
about it.
Yeah, all right. So, first off, let's just get right to it. I think the biggest improvement to the 3DS, and we'll go over all the other little things, but I think the biggest thing, Annie, what was one thing on the last, because you have a 3DS, you have an older version of the 3DS.
I do, yeah.
I think you might have, do you have the first?
I have
Yeah. she's got
first
the
gen.
original.
Yeah.
First gen? Okay, with the 3D effect on the screen, did you use that a lot, or did you mostly just turn it off?
Okay, so if you had asked younger Annie if she would love a 3D screen, yes, she would say yes. I don't use it now because I'm old. Not over the hill, but I am older now.
Making a case.
And shit like that gives me a headache. So no, I do use it like sometimes. Rarely I'll use it because
Yeah.
it's a really cool feature, but I can feel the Patway coming through.
Patway?
Well, it's got, well, yeah.
The new feature on the newest DS, it's gonna be awesome because when I hold my DS now, if my eyes aren't perfectly lined up with it, it looks blurry. But they have refined it so that regardless of how you're looking at it, it's gonna be 3D all the time.
It's going to be perfect. It's going to have,
be perfect.
perfect-
They should put that on the box.
yeah.
Annie, play on. It's 3D all the time. I love it. That's what they should put on the box.
Wow.
3D all the time. Annie.
You know what they should put on the box that
We're getting
that you're
divorced.
gonna have outside of this house?
What?
Divorce.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Good one. I was being nice.
I wasn't.
Yeah, the new.
You were not being nice. You were
was.
just making fun
I
of me.
wasn't. 3D all the time.
That's stupid.
gonna be
I
the
said stupid words.
Play on podcast episode 60. 3D all the time.
This is not my time to shine.
Come
okay?
on.
Listen, it's 7:40
sorry.
p.m.
Patway.
Nighttime is not Annie's time.
I was almost asleep at this time last night, so.
I'm truly for reals asleep at this time every night. So the 3D feature, that sounds like it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
There was another feature with like the C button over here.
The C stick, the new
Yeah.
C stick, yeah.
Yeah, that one I didn't really care as much about.
You know what's weird about that? Why didn't they just make the one thumb, the left thumb slider. Why didn't they just make that on the right side? Why did it have to look like the
It's so
old
little.
laptop little eraser mouse
Yeah,
nubs?
yeah.
Like,
Ugh,
what the fuck is
those
that
are the
about?
worst.
Yeah.
Why didn't they
I
just
don't know
make-
why.
Because mine does have like a slider, like joystick kind of thing on the left side, but it's big. It's not like a little nub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I know that like there's that, and people have some gripes about the power button being like crazy small on it, like very small. Like someone made the comparison that
On the new one?
that it reminded them of like an old CD drive on a PC when your disc would get stuck and you had to put the paper clip in the little
Oh,
hole.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's that small.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the reviews I read, people were that was one of the things where most of the reviews were very positive, but that was one thing that they're like, why is the power button so small? And I understand like it's that way so you don't bump it when you're playing, but like it's incredibly small. Like no one
Like,
could
it doesn't
ever.
need-
I wonder how many people actually turned it off versus just closing it. Maybe they were
Yeah.
just like
Oh,
just closed it.
I
and
didn't
that was
want to
it.
just close. I don't just close mine.
Yeah.
And the place that the power button's on mine, I feel like it doesn't really get in the way. But it could be because I have that sweet like handle on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dainty hands.
Because it's right like on the right side, and it just doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
But
I
I
have
don't
dainty thumbs.
I don't
too.
like that on the top where the triggers are. And, you know, they put the Z trigger on the,
Yeah.
but they didn't put one on the left. Again, weird omission. Like they could have had. Then you could have taken any Vita game and put it on the 3DS because you would have had all the.
They don't
same
want
buttons.
they don't want your dirty Vita
They don't
games.
want your
Yeah, that's true.
filthy Vita games. But now now you're one button short.
Yeah, Nintendo games don't need two buttons. They can do it all with
As
the
long as you-
one.
As long as you
Because
got
when
Mario,
you play Duck Hunt, you just need one trigger. You don't need two.
I like your style. I like your style.
What
Yeah.
if they had Duck Hunt for 3DS?
3D all the time.
I'm surprised they don't. That would actually be awesome.
Yeah.
That would actually be very, very
Because
cool.
they could use the camera, so it'd be like you're shooting around the room.
Yeah, they could do that. They could do that with
Oh.
the Wii U and have it be pretty cool.
I just wanted to shoot
People
the dog.
are people still buying that, or
The Wii U?
is that still?
Oh,
a
the
thing?
Wii U's. It's not
Pat
going.
and I are gonna
yeah.
get Wii U's.
Yeah, it's not
Are you?
going
It's just
away.
a matter of time.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's in my future. It's
I
gonna
really just want a
happen.
regular Wii because I want to play Wii bowling.
Well, I have that, and I do love the regular Wii. It's fun to play, but the Wii U, there are games that you can't get anywhere else but the Wii U. So, and one of the other announcements from the Nintendo Direct was Mario Party 10,
Yes.
a new Mario
Party.
the most
Fuck Mario
the
Party.
one game that the
I
worst
know.
argument my wife and I have had in the history of our entire relationship happened over a game of Mario Party. Like that game almost ended our relationship all because I took a little shortcut and got a star. And I think we were playing Mario Party 4 on GameCube is what we were doing, and she
Sounds like you're a cheater.
it fucking pissed her off.
You
Just
Game Genie or
brutally.
something.
Yeah, she was pissed. But
Fuck
yeah,
Mario
a new Mario Party. I love Mario Party.
No.
I hate it. I'm just
Really?
gonna go ahead
I
and say it.
love Mario Party. I hate the end of Mario Party.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because like it's all fair up until the end when they're like, now we're gonna award random stars to
Oh
people.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're the weakest player. Here's 5 stars, and then it just changes the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bunch of bullshit.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I played it. I play it on GameCube. I play it on DS, and I play it on Wii. So I love Mario Party. I hate that game, but I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to
It
play.
is a good party game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time to play. But yeah, new Mario Party 10. But
You
yeah,
can be amiibos.
yeah, and new amiibos
Talk,
were announced.
Which
No, but you can be an amiibo.
Yeah, there's a new line of amiibos based on Super Mario Brothers World, and it's
Oh, I see
Mario,
what you're
Luigi, Peach, Toad, Donkey Kong.
wait, so
is
these
one
are
of
the
them.
new ones?
These are the new
thought
ones,
these
but
already
they already exist. But these are a new line of those
variations.
and I think they're meant for Mario Party. There's actually even a bundle of Mario Party 10 that
boy.
includes one amiibo, includes a
boy.
Mario amiibo.
You're gonna have to get that.
What?
I know, I am. I'll have to get that before I buy the system.
It's like clothing DLC for amiibos. Like
It-
it's the same thing. Just
It's
different clothes.
it's crazy, the amiibo stuff. And with the 3DS, the new 3DS coming out, it does have an NFC sensor underneath the touch screen, so you can drop an amiibo on the touchpad of the 3DS and link up to your amiibo.
unreal.
Yep.
So there's a lot of improvements to that 3DS. The face tracking, so it always adjusts the 3D in real time for you, so you can see it from any angle. The new C stick, so you can now control camera angle, which a lot of people I read had gripes about. And now this NFC sensor underneath the touchpad for amiibos. That functionality is coming in a software update a few months away. And then now Mario Party 10. There's a bunch of new games coming up.
They added some RAM to it, apparently. It's like
faster. It's faster. It loads up games faster. They use Smash Brothers as a way of doing the comparison, and Smash Brothers loaded pretty fast on it. So, and not only that, the web browser, the home menu, the Mi Plaza, that all loads way faster now. So,
oh my god,
it's just a better experience. But now here's the thing with the 3DS is because it has some new stuff. It has that C stick, like Monster Hunter, the new Monster Hunter that's going to be out for the new 3DS, and that's really what it's called. New is in its name. New Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take advantage of that C stick. It's only compatible. You can't play it on older versions of the 3DS. You can only play it on that 3DS.
Okay.
So it's going to have some. It's going to have some new Nintendo 3DS exclusive titles. So it kind of alienates. I want
to go into the Nintendo headquarters and I want to punch their marketing person in the face because this is the same problem that they had with the Wii U. They named it almost the fucking same as the Wii. So parents going in to buy it for Christmas for their kids, they'd say, "Oh, I want that Wii," and they probably brought home a Wii when their kids wanted a Wii U. Now they're gonna say, "I want the new 3DS," and they're gonna go to GameStop or something, and the guy's gonna be like, "Here's the 3DS, like the one that Annie has," and like. Why can't they just change the name just a little bit so that it's something not just like new 3DS?
I agree with you 100%. I hate the names that they have for their hardware. I really do. That's probably their weakest thing is their naming. It's terrible. Like I hate the name Wii U. And people in the industry, people from Nintendo have even said they fucking hate that name.
Their naming conventions were always genius. Nintendo was Nintendo, then Super Nintendo, then Nintendo 64, and then it went to GameCube, and then it turned into just garbage from there.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't even thrilled about the name Wii.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Wii.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And then because they're focused on you, the Wii U, the player.
Wii U.
No.
Yep.
No.
But the fact that it's got the new 3DS has exclusive titles just for that console. It made me think of the Sega 32X because it plugged into the Genesis. It could play Genesis games, but it also had its own line of exclusive games. And so, therefore, I recognize the 32X as a separate Sega console. I don't look at that as like an add-on or an extension. I look at it as its own console because it's got its own games that only work with that system. So the same could kind of be said for the new 3DS. So is this new Nintendo 3DS, is it a new system altogether with things that that came from a previous hardware generation, or is it just new in the line of the DS line with some improvements and it's got some games that can just utilize some of the features of the new system?
I say if it has specific games, I say that's new.
Yeah.
Because any of the other 3DSs up to even the 2DS played all the same games.
Yep.
But now you've introduced a level of complexity, which is what sucks.
Now, not only that, they released the 2DS to much. There was a lot of hype about the 2DS because it was cheaper. It played all the games of the 3DS because people were bummed out. For me, that was the big thing. I have a DS XLi, not the 3D, but just a DS XL, and I would always get pissed because I would look at the DS games. And then I look at the 3DS games and be like, I want to play all those 3DS games.
Right.
And so when the 2DS...
you cannot.
No, you cannot. And so when the 2DS came out, I was like, well, that's the perfect solution right there. Now they have the new Nintendo 3DS, which pretty much kills the 2DS if you've completely fixed the 3D.
Well, I think they were kind of smart in the sense that they now have all the bases covered for the people who want a 3DS. They've got the 2DS, which is the cheapest base model for like the littlest kids, right? The parents that were all freaked out of the 3D. That's for them. It's like a brick, can't even be broken. Great for the kids to play Pokemon. Then you've got people like us who are adults who are like, I really like the idea of a 3DS, but the whole 3D thing, which is like a selling point, sucks. They've addressed that now. But it's just anytime you add complexity or requirements is when you start diluting how many people are actually going to buy it. So now you're saying you can only play these games on a 3DS new or whatever.
Yeah.
Now it just becomes complicated.
A little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit. It kind of alienates people, but at the same time, they kind of nickel and dime you. It's like, well, the price points, it's $154 for the standard new Nintendo 3DS, and then I think it's $180 for the XL version of it, which is reasonable. I mean, a well-to-do gamer that needs the latest and greatest, that's not so bad. But how many times is Nintendo going to hit you up for another $100 for now? Now we got this. Yeah, they do it a lot.
As soon as they put Pokemon on it, it'll sell like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you need the new 3DS for this Pokemon because you control Pikachu with both sticks.
And the Pikachu amiibo.
And this reminds me of the Nintendo 64 when the games were like you needed the expansion pack to play these games. Same thing happened. That's when the downfall started.
Yeah. It's a cool handheld. It's got some baggage with it, but I really like it. I really like it. Plus,
it's at a good price point too.
It is. I think it's totally reasonable. If it's got
especially if it came with a game, that would be nice.
Yeah, and it's got fully functional 3D. Now I need to see this. I'll have to do the in-store demo for sure to like really test that out. But if it's awesome, and a lot of the reviews I've read so far, people are truly impressed with it. I don't know. I might have to, but I don't know. We'll see. On top of the new 3DS, there was Amiibo talk. The Amiibos are a thing now. And
so do you have all of them?
I don't. I have 9.
Out of how many?
Oh, there's a bunch that are out right now. I mean, there's all kinds that I don't have.
Like
I'd say
15?
Well, no, I think there's about almost 20 of them that are available. The second wave is the third wave is about to hit. And that's going to include Toon Link, Mega Man, Sonic the Hedgehog, Wario, Bowser, a few others that are going to be coming out. I've got pre-orders for Mega Man, Sonic, and Toon Link already. But they announced new ones.
Sonic.
Yeah, they announced new ones. And Ness from Earthbound is going to be one of them, which, if you're an Earthbound fan, more power to you. That's probably going to be the hardest amiibo to get by far. On top of that, Toad is going to be a new amiibo coming out. Yeah, Toad's going to be an amiibo. And then there's a bunch of characters from random Nintendo games that I just don't have any real. I'm not super psyched about the next, like Pac-Man. I'll get that amiibo. He's going to be an amiibo.
I didn't realize that was a Nintendo thing.
Yeah, Nintendo is just kind of sucking up franchises. I guess.
Sonic.
Yeah, that's one I really want, mainly because it's Nintendo labeled, but it's Sonic.
Go back in time and tell young Pat one day.
Yeah.
Sonic. You like the Sonic on your Sega? One day.
Oh, man. I would have rubbed that in all my friends' faces
it's not even
daily.
True.
But Nintendo is all in with the Amiibos, 100%. I mean, I think they saw how successful they were. And then just that one announcement that they were going to discontinue 3 of them. They exploded overnight. They're sold out everywhere. I mean, there's websites dedicated to tracking the stock that certain stores have of these things.
Like us and pop vinyls.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yep. It's out of control. So they are all in with the Amiibos, and it's cool to see them fully embrace it. I mean, they know, they're like, man, they've struck gold with this thing.
It's hilarious that Nintendo can have so many blunders, right? Like the Wii U was such a failure, and then they'll be like, here's some action figures, and they're right back on top. Right back on top.
Yeah. Well, they're even re-releasing, they have a separate line of Amiibos, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Donkey Kong, Toad, that have already been out.
All the ones you love.
But they're going to re-release them and have special packaging, and you know what? Those are going to sell too.
Yep.
Because the people collecting them are going to get them. So,
well, she has a bow in her hair.
So it's I'll definitely get a few of them, but the other ones I could care less. Let's see. There were also some other games that are going to be coming out. Nintendo's big with like the strategy, turn-based games. There's a lot of that. The Puzzle and Dragons, Fire Emblems, Xenoblade was another one. So there's a lot of that stuff was announced. There were some other random games. They touched on Splatoon a little bit more, which looks cool, actually. I think that game looks neat. That could really be something. It looks very addicting.
Could be the next Titanfall.
Could be.
I don't think anything could be Titanfall.
You just like this music video?
Yep. Yes, I do.
Titanfall has a music video?
Yeah.
No, it was a parody of it, and it was...
It was a parody of Wrecking Ball.
Oh.
It was hilarious.
Like a Titanfall. That was a good video. I'll play for you when we're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were some other goodies in there, but yeah, new 3DS next month, 13th, and
So
Mario
exciting.
Party 10. So
Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna trade in yours for that?
yeah,
one?
what do you think, Annie? Now, yeah, that was the big
I don't
question I want to
know.
ask you. Is this something? Is it enough to tempt you to trade in your old one?
No. Because
No?
like I said, I don't. No, I mean, like I don't use the 3D, and the one I have now works. And we traded 4 of my games for a Joker Batman pop vinyl. So I have like the only 2 games that I really want, Sonic and Mario. But then I was reading this stuff, and then I read something about Kirby, and I was like, damn it, I shouldn't got rid of that game. Really loved Kirby.
Was it a 3DS Kirby or was it a DS Kirby?
I don't remember.
There is a new Kirby out there.
Yeah, I know, I
Let's
saw
hook
that.
you up with a new Kirby.
All right. Interesting. because when I talked to Anthony last night and told him about the exclusive games for the new 3DS,
Mm-hmm.
he just said, "That's fine." And I was like, and I texted back immediately, "You
fucking
fucking
rockstar."
technology rock star, you."
That's fine.
Just cut off that old shit and just move on to the next. You know,
Hey,
that's fine.
This is the world we live in, man. We're on the cusp of technology. You got to deal. You got to roll with the punches. This is what happens. We live
Yeah.
life on the dangerous side.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. Moving on. We got like 2 minutes left because there's something interesting
Yeah.
I want to touch on that was in the news
Two nuggets.
for the retro recap. Prepare to have your minds blown over some
I'm ready.
ridiculous prices.
Oh my god.
In the news, maybe for collectors, one of the rarest Nintendo games in existence is Bandai's Stadium Events. It's like a track and field game. This is considered the holy grail of NES games pretty much because it's very limited when it was released. Only a few thousand copies were produced, and then Nintendo, when they took over the title from Bandai, they took it off the shelves and rebranded it as a different game. So very few copies of this game were actually sold at retail, and a lot of copies were destroyed by Nintendo, and some copies managed to survive. Stadium Event, now, collectors go after this game because it's so limited, but also because there's only so few copies left that are factory sealed. In fact, there's only 2 copies in its factory plastic known to exist.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, only 2 copies known to exist. Well, now a third one has popped up. An unknown third factory sealed Stadium Events has popped up on eBay recently.
Liar.
Yeah, and right now the auction ends today, and I don't know what the price is going to be. We'll know next episode what's going to happen with this. But what do you think the price for Stadium Events? And this was, this is a game that was released in 87, 88, factory sealed.
But this was a game that was only available at competitions.
No, it was retail,
Oh, this
but
was
only
a
for a
retail game?
limited amount of time because Nintendo took it off the shelves and rebranded it as a different game because it utilized the track and field, the power pad. So this got changed to a different game, and I believe it became track and field eventually, but it's originally known as Stadium Events.
$10,000.
$10,000? You think that's what this third copy is currently for sale at?
Yeah.
Annie, what do you think it's for sale at right now? What do you think the highest bid?
8,500.
8,500? You ready to hear the price?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. Right now, the last time I checked the price on this bid, which was yesterday, $99,800.
Oh my god.
$99,800.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Anthony, come on down.
90.
You're the next contestant on the
I'm
Price
the
is
big
Right.
winner.
Oh, I wish I was.
99,000.
99,000. Now, this is a factory seal. It's been VGA graded, so it's near perfect condition.
Oh man.
Now, the problem here, the reason why it's reached this price, now I'm going to give you guys some perspective on this. The other 2 copies have been auctioned before. One copy sold back in 2010. Guess how much that one sold for?
Not 99,000.
No.
89,000.
89,000, Anthony?
85,000.
85,000? No, it sold for 41,000.
Damn it.
Yep. In 2011, the other copy was sold. That one was sold for, what do you guys think?
30.
10,000.
Annie, you're a little bit closer. 22,000.
Oh.
This is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Who are these people buying this?
I think, well, there's groups of collectors that get together and buy these copies of games, and wealthy
That's a
people.
lot of people.
And wealthy people.
Yeah, and people with money.
And the rich.
In 2013, remember the woman that found a copy of Stadium Events at the Goodwill, bought it for $8? Do you remember that? We talked about it on the
Yeah.
podcast. Now, that one wasn't even factory sealed. That was complete in box, so it takes a hit on value. But it was in good condition, and it was complete in box. That one actually got auctioned off on GameGavel.com. That one sold for, what do you think? Now, this is complete in box, no factory sealing. This is just a complete in box copy. What do you think that one went for?
That changes it.
5,000.
5,000?
8,500.
8,500?
Bob.
17,500.
Oh,
God.
come on down, me.
Good fucking God.
Yep. Now the one that was sold in 2010 never got paid for. It was
What?
it was never sold. Now that was an eBay auction. It was never actually purchased. The bid made it up to 41,000, and there was a winning bid, but it was never paid for, and the person that owned that game kept it. The second one that sold in 2011 for 22,000, that actually sold, and that transaction happened. The person that had the winning bid actually bought it and paid for it.
Wow.
The complete in box copy that was sold by the lady that found it at Goodwill, that one actually sold, and was actually, the transaction happened and the game was exchanged and the money was paid. This one that's currently at $99,000, the game is actually valued at $38,000 by price charting websites and gaming websites. Its actual value is estimated to be around $38,000. But the one that's currently at $99,000 is believed to have been trolled. There's bid trolling going on. And what people do is they make bogus eBay accounts and they go on and they bid very small amounts of money to just increase the price by very small increments, and people do it over and over and over and over and over again and have pushed it up to $99,000.
I see what you're saying.
Wow.
So most people in the collecting world and other people that are just watching this auction know that this copy probably isn't going to sell. Someone's going to there's going to be a winning bid, but it's not going to get paid for, and this guy's going to end up keeping this game. So it pissed me off because I was like, yes, okay, trolling can be fun sometimes. It can be funny, but good God, like, you know, to burn an eBay auction for this, I mean, just what's the point? I don't get.
That's
Plus-
ridiculous.
Okay. eBay, the fees that they take out of your sale, a $100,000 purchase, they're making like fucking 10 grand on that purchase.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of pissed me off when I saw that there's not only is everything else trolled on the internet, but now gaming auctions are trolled. So you can't even sell a game online.
So what's the world coming
Lame.
Yeah, it is lame. It's exactly what it is. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll probably sell privately to some other collector somewhere. I don't know. The seller is unknown. No one knows who this person is. And this third copy just magically appeared. Just came
Wow.
out of nowhere. So, but it's a legit copy.
to? Son of a bitch.
So we'll see what happens. $99,000.
That's a lot of money.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a ton of money. So I mean, and I've heard of games going for lots of money getting purchased online like that. I've never heard. I mean, $99,000 for one game is the most I've ever heard.
That's ridiculous.
It's the most I've ever heard. I mean, I've heard of entire collections going for that, but not one single game.
I've heard of the games that were those tournament only games.
Yeah, those are worth. They're worth thousands,
Yeah,
but not 99 of them.
99,000.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some valuable games out there. So we'll see what happens. I've been. I mentioned before we were talking. I've priced out my own collection. I've spent the last week kind of going through some games. I've got some.
Get some nuggets.
I got some nuggets in there. I got some little nuggets of gold here and there. So I need to find out about I have a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog for Master System, but my version is PAL. So I think I have the $30 version because there's another version, which I believe is the NTSC version, which is $981 on pricecharting.com right now. Yeah, for one
I never
game.
would have thought a Genesis game would be worth.
No, it's not
anything.
Genesis. It's Master System.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
The Master System. So
That's why.
that's where that value I think comes from. But I've got some other games that were pretty were decent on there. The Alex Kidd, the Wonder Kid, Alex Kidd,
Wonder
and
Twins.
Monster. Yeah, there's some crazy games for Master System that have some odd value to them. So yeah, there were some pleasant surprises in there. So yeah. And I think that is going to do it for us on this episode.
We did it.
Yeah, we made
Yay.
it. We made it. Be sure to check out planetarbitrary.com because the homepage has been remodeled.
Oh my
and
God.
man, is it just...
It looks
Is
amazing.
it just
Shiny.
dripping sex?
Just dripping sex.
It is nice.
Dripping shiny.
It is nice. So yeah, planetarbitrary.com for all your Planet Arbitrary needs. You can find all the podcasts there. Right now, Play On and Game Classy are going strong on Planet Arbitrary.
Yeah.
Game Classy with Joe and Steve, all your tabletop gaming needs. They talk about miniatures, tabletop gaming, bolt action. Joe talks about bolt action. And all the Kickstarters, everything going on in the world of Kickstarters for tabletop gaming. You can find out all that info on Game Classy. Be sure to check us out on iTunes. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe on all the podcasts on iTunes. We'd appreciate it. You can follow us on Stitcher Radio. The podcasts are on Stitcher Radio. You can also follow us on the Flipboard, the Play On Podcast Flipboard.
Flipboards.
You can check that out. Anything we talk about on the podcast, you can find on our Flipboard, and you can find that on planetarbitrary.com. And what else is there? Oh, there's Reddit Our Game Collecting. Be sure to check out Our Game Collecting. And GameCollecting.net. Be sure to check out GameCollecting.net. If you haven't already, join their Facebook group. Man, is that a great group. They are fucking active. Lots of stuff going on their Facebook page. So be sure to check out GameCollecting.net. And
Tweeters.
Yeah, the Twitters. Be sure to follow the podcast at Play On Podcast. You can follow me at Pat's Game Reviews. Anthony?
Snoogans to you.
Snoogans to you. And Annie, you can always mail a letter.
Yep. You can just send me good thoughts.
Alta Vista.
Alta Vista. I like Oster.
Jeeves.
And that, I think, I always do forget something. Oh, funstock.co.uk. Be sure to check out Funstock. I think our discount code is active still. Use the discount code PLANET, save 5% off, or get 5% off any order on their website. So funstock.co.uk.
Loves.
And just stay tuned for future episodes for more info on C2E2 in Chicago this year. And that will do it. So we'll see you guys next time.
Take us out.
Play on, play on, play on, play on, play on.
Plan.